All right, now we will begin with our Solutioneer project presentations. After each team presents, we'll have a brief Q&A session, so feel free to put any questions you have in the chat and we'll circle back when we get there. And remember, we do have a networking opportunity after the showcase. So if you do not have the chance to ask your questions now, you can definitely do so after the event. Now, our first group is Circular Classroom. Solutioneers, take it away.
Hello, everyone. My name is Gayatri Durira, and I'm the project lead for this project.
Hi, everyone. I'm Kevin. I am the Solutioneer.
I'm Kathleen. I'm also a Solutioneer.
I'm Juliana. I'm also a Solutioneer.
Awesome. So we want to let you guys know just what our project is about. And what it is we are here with the goals of providing quality education to students and to influence their perspective of sustainability through our strategies and the work that we're doing for our project. And to understand the impact that we're making, that we want to make, Gayatri is going to go over the timeline that we've been doing during this semester. Next.
So this project was started by 3 grad students who came up with the technology to turn bottle caps into 3D printed material. Unfortunately, their mission was to teach this education of circular economy and sustainability to underprivileged high school students, but then COVID happened and they were unable to do so. So they passed this project on to GreenLight Solution with hopes that we'll be able to do something. Our goal last semester was to find a project partner, and we were able to find a high school to partner up with, as well as 2 unofficial partners.
Throughout this semester, we have had the opportunity to work with 3 different project partners to grow our project. So first off, we partnered with Skyline High School in Mesa, Arizona, where we worked specifically with Mr. Carmichael, who's an economics teacher. Mr. Carmichael was excited to teach his students more about sustainability as well as circular economy and highlight these topics in both personal and business contexts. We also worked with a team of Barrett Honors College students consisting of Renuka, Monet, and myself. We focused on creating a sustainability-focused educational company for our honors thesis project. And we were able to, GreenLight Solutions was able to partner with these team of students to help them complete their thesis goals in creating educational modules focusing on composting, recycling, and sustainability in action, as well as gaining insight and help into our own presentation to Skyline High School and sharing the educational modules with the high school students. Lastly, we partnered with the Memorial Union at ASU and their staff to help our bottle cap collection program, providing us with an on-campus collection site in a popular location, as well as the opportunity to further expand our collection program in the future.
Still there, Juliana? Okay, we can take this part real quick. For this part is just kind of a representation, a graph to show you kind of what we're trying to teach for the students in our project. It's the take, make, and waste model that we want to avoid. And we're trying to avoid that waste model. And you can see the curve to turn that into a circular economy, a curve. And yeah, so that's the graph that we want to show you. And for our mission and our vision, I'll read this verbatim too. For our vision, it's a benchmark to encourage and inspire the next generation of students to be eco-friendly and engage with them with the presentation material to make circular economics interesting while creating world solutions. And our mission is to create that, create our bottle cap collection so that we can keep a constant flow of material so that we can continue showing these students how 3D printing is one of the solutions, how we're averting plastic from ending up in landfills. So yeah, next.
So rather than list out all our objectives and key performance indicators, we decided to split it up into different slides that go into details about each objective and key performance indicator and the results.
So for our first objective, it was to complete a presentation for the high school students at Skyline High School. In partnering with Mr. Carmichael, we were able to present to 2 different sections of his economics classes, as well as some additional students from another teacher there, Dr. Kreider. Dr. Kreider is also an economics teacher at Skyline High School who was interested in incorporating the circular economy curriculum into her normal class curriculum. We created an engaging presentation that included interactive elements such as a word cloud and Sahupu game. With the help of the Barrett thesis students, we also created a short follow-up assignment for his students to complete that would help them think more critically about circular economy and the topics that were presented in the presentation. We measured our success for this presentation using the key performance indicator consisting of the number of students that we presented to and the results of a follow-up survey. We successfully presented to 2 full class periods on April 5th. And though we don't have an exact head count of the students, they were both pretty full and interactive classes. And we distributed the feedback survey along with the little extra assignment. And we're still waiting to hear back on that.
Julian, were you able to?
Objective 2 of the bottle. Yeah. So objective 2 of the bottle cap collection system is still in the works. Unfortunately, we do not have 2 stations put in place yet for a bottle cap collection system. So far, we have a donation-based platform that runs to our GreenLight Solutions headquarters. Yet we pitched our bottle cap collection system to those at Changemaker who are offering a sustainability grant for initiatives on campus. With this grant, we plan to not only educate those at the high school level, but also 2% of the ASU student body by the end of this year. This will be done through an incentivized bottle cap collection system that educates ASU students along the way through a QR code and streamlined traffic. The team is looking forward to hearing the results of this pitch by May, which will get the bottle cap collection system moving.
So for objective 3, we wanted to give 3D printed giveaways to every student in advance of the presentation, but we had more students than expected. And the GreenLight Solutions printer, like the 3D printer at GreenLight Solutions, broke. However, we were able to get the 3D printers fixed in all stages of the project complete. And we have way more bottle caps than anticipated. So that's a heads up.
So our project objectives focus on 3 main sustainable development goals, or SDGs, which are number 4 of quality education, number 9, industry, innovation, and infrastructure, and number 12, responsible consumption and production. So our first objective specifically focuses on number 4 of quality education, as we prepared and presented to the students at Skyline High School. We researched and prepared a presentation that focused on plastic, circular economy, and how these students can be more sustainable in their everyday lives. By inspiring students to live more sustainably, we also kind of address SDG number 12, responsible consumption and production. Our second objective of setting up a bottle cap collection system to successfully collect these bottle caps from ASU's campus and other places addresses SDG number 9. Setting up this collection system kind of sets us up for the future with a solid infrastructure, as well as shows off the innovation behind the bottle cap collection system and what we can do with these bottle caps. Our third objective of printing the 3D goodies for the students using the filament made from the bottle caps addresses SDG number 12, as it represents, as it can show exactly how these collections goes into making the filament and making into the little goodies. So it demonstrates responsible consumption and production, and it's a fun little way to get everyone involved and show off what we're doing.
Looks like we lost Juliana again, technical difficulties. But from here, we need 2 things from you people. One is to first understand how plastic is. It's just a typical thing. And so we will encourage you guys to start making conscious choices when you're purchasing, just purchasing anything. But the second part is we do have those 2 collection systems, or just one of them, I'm sorry, up and running. So if you have those bottle caps, and you're by MU, please feel free to drop by and drop those off, because we are still working on more systems to collect them, but we want to have as many as we can at MU. Next. Okay, and this is our final slide. So I guess the biggest question is, what do we do from here now? Because our project, we've come so far from just last semester. We have a solid foundation in everything. We have a partner in school, a bottle cap system running at the MU, and now we have high expectations and how we want to utilize the 3D printer further. So I guess our next steps are just to keep expanding, because remember, the whole purpose and the whole vision of this project, it's not about 3D printing. That's just one of the solutions and how we're tackling plastic and the crisis that's coming with it. And this is to encourage and educate the students and plant that seed in the ground for the next generation so that they can teach the next generation. And that is it. Thanks.
Thank you, guys. Sorry for the technical difficulties.
And that is everything.
All right, we will take some questions now. So please, if you have any questions, type them in the chat. I'll go ahead and start with mine that it was a little bit higher, got lost in the comment section. But how did the students respond during the presentation?
I can go ahead and take this one. Overall, obviously, no one really loves high school, and it was early morning, 9 a.m. But I feel like everyone was super excited. And when we got them up and moving for the Suhupu game that involved kind of walking around and getting to talk with their peers, that was really exciting to see them all moving and really getting engaged with what they just learned about in the presentation. And it was also great to hear feedback from the class. Everyone had different perspectives of what they learned during the presentation and what they already kind of knew going in. So it was really great to hear about their different perspectives, both before the presentation and after.
Right. Thank you. We also have a question from Julia. How has the bottle cap system at the MU been going, and are people actively participating?
I could take this question. So we've started collecting bottle caps at the MU since January, and there's been a stream of bottle caps. I haven't gone in person to count every one of them, but I've heard it's been going well.
Thank you. I might have missed. Okay, we do got one more. Do y'all know how many bottle caps on average it takes to make a 3D printed item? I guess it depends on the size. I don't know how much experience y'all got with it before it broke.
So from my memory, it takes about 20-ish bottles to print something small. And if you want to print something bigger, you just need more bottle caps and 3D printed filament.
I have a question from Mason. Do you think that younger students would respond better to the presentation? And I'm guessing you mean younger than high school students, I would think, right, Mason?
I definitely think there's a way to tailor the presentation to all age groups. So for ours, we kind of went a little bit more in depth with about plastics and circular economy and explaining the different ways that these things go hand in hand, and specifically explaining about circular economy in a business context since they were in an economics class. So I think in terms of presenting to a younger audience, we can definitely scale back on maybe the more specifics and nitty gritty of economics and focus more on sustainability as a whole.
All right, thank y'all, Circular Classroom team. If there's any more questions, please stay to the end where you'll be able to network with the group.